everyone! Hi, my name is Heather. Welcome back to Lemon Tree Corner, where we do all things crafty. I hand make project bags and purses and sell those at craft fairs and online. I also do crochet and other crafty things. So welcome if you're new here. Excited to have you here for 2025. And let's go over some things. One thing I like to do in the new year, I don't really set a resolution, but I do like to find a word of the year. So I usually contemplate, think about what I want to shift or change in the new year and come up with a word, just like a single word that I can focus on throughout the year, just to keep up the changes kind of thing. And interestingly, Michelle, what's her name? So Morgan Harper Nichols has taken care of this for me. She's done a word of the year, and it's a screenshot where you just go through and you screenshot, and whatever word you get is the word that's supposed to be your word of the year. And I did it several times. The first two were exactly the same, so that tells me a lot. It was breakthroughs, and it says, "May this be a time in your life where you experience growth, not just by growing upward, but by outgrowing the constraints you thought would keep you stuck forever. There is still room for you to break through and begin again, to branch out into new directions regardless of the constraints you thought would hold you back." So that's actually perfect as we go into a new year. I have a lot of scarcity and lack mentality, especially around this crafting business, that I would like to release in the new year. I also have some bad habits health-wise that are kind of dragging me down, that I would like to release in the new year and be healthier and eat better and exercise, do all the things that I'm supposed to be doing, especially as I go into this new cycle of life. So that's a perfect word for me. The other word I got is release, of course, which ties perfectly into that. Sometimes letting go and welcoming change might look like saying goodbye to the way things used to be, and in that space you are free to cling to any little thing that sings, but perhaps even here you are only just beginning. So just those thoughts of beginning again, transforming, breaking through old habits. So those are my two words of the year. Pop it down in the comments if you have a word you would like to focus on this year, and we will all collectively manifest that and support each other through that. And thank you all so much who have subscribed and who comment. Your comments are always very supportive and lovely. It's a great community. So if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button to be part of our wonderful crafting community. I would really appreciate it, and it really helps my channel. So we are hitting the ground running with some Piggies. We're going to make some more Piggy coin purses out of the lovely kitschy fabric we found at Joanns. So we've got all these lovely kind of 60s, 70s flowery prints that we're going to be using. For some reason I always think of the Piggies as prairie-ish. We are going to be looking for some Hawaiian fabric for future Piggies, but this is what we are going to build right now, and then have some nice gingham for the inside of the Piggies. So we're going to get started on that. I've got to process all the fabric, I've got to iron it, cut it out and everything. So this is a good week for me to do that because it is the in-between week where I am still home and have a lot of time on my hands. So we're going to focus on getting these all cut out. We'll sew as many as we can, but at least it's one of those like I got to spread out and iron a lot and attach the interfacing. We are going to just attach the interfacing. They're half-yard pieces. I'm just going to go ahead and interface the entire half yard. I think it's just going to be easier. Any leftover fabric is either going to be coin purses or sachets, so those have to be interfaced anyway. Might as well just get her done all at the same time. We also have our Advent yarn. I don't know when I'm going to start on this. I've got 4 blankets on the go right now and a lot of yarn that I have to store in my craft room for all of those blankets. So I think I'm going to focus on trying to get through some of that yarn so that I'm not storing it all in my room here and kind of clearing that out before we get into the Advent projects. So that might be a while. But we are working on our Christmas blanket finally. So finally got the colors of yarn that I wanted, and we have started. I'm almost done with the third stripe, and then we're going to add in the blue. So I will show you the progress of this. This is a really cute pattern. I really like it. It's very textural. It's just a lot of counting and concentration. So that's the only hard part I have found so far, is just I really got to focus on it more than watching TV. So that is what we are up to start the year off. And then over the next few months we're preparing for our March craft fair. I've got the bag to make for my mom, and then we're going to try adding a zipper to the Ethel bag by Swoon to be more of the shoulder purse. That's one thing that's missing from my product line, is a nice normal shoulder purse with a zipper. So we're going to try our hand at that, and then yeah, we just have other things that we're going to be making here and there. And then the project bags for May, we're going to be doing little by little in between these other things. And in this episode we're also going to be redoing the shelf. So I have a shelf in my living room that's kind of a display shelf that has Christmas stuff on it right now. We're going to take that off. We're going to make a little New Year's shelf with some presents I got for Christmas for my family. So we'll decorate that up and get the living room cutting table, dining table back to its normal operation and get to work. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and grab yourself a water or a cozy beverage, curl up, and let's start working on our 2025 projects. Okay, this is a lot of piggies. I should have just gotten a third of a yard would have been fine. So I'm definitely going to get 2 piggies, maybe 3 piggies. Maybe we'll do 3 piggies and then some coin purses. So, oh, we do need the tail and everything, so I need to take that into consideration as well. Out of this than we need. I don't know that I want 3 of each color. Everything I do is pretty much on its own, is like a one-off, one of a kind. So I don't know that I want to do that. I could switch up the interior fabric. Yeah, I don't know that I want to do that. We can at least do 2 of each piggy. I don't know that I want to do 3 of each piggy. I don't know where my pins went. Where did my pins go when I packed everything up? There they are. Okay, I'm going to scooch this over. So I have a couple of uninterrupted days in which to kind of crank through all this fabric. I think what I'm going to do is just get this as close as possible. Cut out as many as we can. So I hope you all had a nice break and a chance to have some downtime, start a book, start a project, something like that.
Hold on tight. I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every.
One of my other goals this year is to get back into a regular spiritual practice. I have not done any of that on my own or with others, and I feel like I need that in my life right now, especially with what's to come in the future. It would be nice to remind myself of spiritual purpose and things like that. So maybe we can get into some of that. I don't want to be too spiritual on this channel, but maybe we can take a look at some different daily practices that we could be doing. like some breath work and meditation would be something I would be interested in. And then we also have like a daily reading, daily prayer kind of thing that I would like to start implementing. I didn't get very far on the gratitude journal that we started. I got like 5 days worth of a gratitude journal, and then yeah, that didn't get very far, so we need to think about that as well. But I would like to do some of that. So maybe while we're doing these projects we've already done in the past, we can talk about some of that stuff and just explore that together. So let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. If you're just like, Heather, just make the bags. I'm here for the bags, and I don't want to talk about anything else. Let me know that too. I would be curious to see what kinds of things you would like to talk about if you're just watching me cut things we've already cut before. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is make the pencil pouch out of these, just because we only have a few pencil pouches left and I wanted to make some more of those anyway. And see if we can find them. And that way these will be longer, they'll be more of a notions pouch size. I don't know where I put that. Oh, it should be before now. There we go. So this is by Noodlehead, and it's got some templates. Normally you would take something like denim to put on the other side, but I think I might just do these as straight up full-on pieces. So we could just do them both out of it, and then that's going to be easier because instead of having 2 exterior pieces, I would just make everything the same size as this. Uh-oh. Wow, I can't get... Okay, well maybe we can do one of these and then 2 of the coin purses. Okay, well I think this is going to be efficient if I just cut them all out and then we'll sew them together over the next couple of months. But at least this way they'll be cut out and ready to sew. I'll just have to clear off my design boards so that I can lay them all out. Well, it's New Year's Eve and the fireworks are going off already. So we have wrapped Oreo up in a blanket, hoping to cocoon him and keep him calm. Yeah, my neighborhood's just super loud, so not great. We've been working on cutting out Piggies pretty much all week at this point. So I don't know how many I'm going to actually get sewn for this episode, but we will continue working on those. And meanwhile, I'm watching the Great British Baking Show Holidays. We've still got our decorations up. I'm going to take those down tomorrow. Just enjoying one last evening with the holiday lights and the Christmas tree. But that's all going to go away tomorrow. My husband has a fancy gig tonight, so he won't be home till 2 or 3 in the morning. Meanwhile, my job is just to keep Oreo calm with all the fireworks.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old
friends, so we are dismantling the shelf. I am watching the new season of Queer Eye. I've got my phone in my pocket to track all my steps, and I'm gonna put this house back in non-Christmas mode.
And here's a handmade, trusty friend, and here's a hand of thine. We'll talk a cup.
All cleaned off. Now the trick is to figure out what's going on here. I did get a few Christmas presents that are meant for the shelf, so we will add those in there. And yeah, just see what we can come up with. So I got this from my sister, another fake plant for the shelf. Which way looks better? Maybe I'll tilt those down. And then we also got a sparkly New Year's gnome from my mom. So I'll put that up there. He's cute. Maybe we'll have his legs hanging off the side. And then I got this quite a while ago. I don't know how long it's been, but it's just beautiful. It's got these birdies and then a little soft touch to go on and no cords. It has to be recharged, but I think that would be pretty for the shelf. I got that right before Christmas, so I haven't been able to use it. And I think we'll stick with our 3 pretty Rifle Paper Company books on there. And do we want the yeah, I don't know if we want the pelican. I don't know that he goes with that, although he would be something nice and tall for the middle. He's cute. Looks very empty. I can't remember where I put everything else that was up there. I'll have to go find some more stuff.
For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne.
It's a little bizarre. I will work on it.
We'll talk a cup.
Well, originally I was just thinking about zippers for future because depending on what happens with you-know-who in the tariff situation, I might just need to get this ordered before he takes office to make sure that I get a better price on these and I don't have to pay a tariff on these. But now I'm worried I don't have enough for the actual project we're working on. So I'm going to pick out a zipper to go with each of these. And yeah, we're just going to see because we're also making the coin purses with these zippers. So we're going to need multiple zippers for all of these at this point. Oh man, I done messed up already. These were supposed to be 1.5 inches long. I'm trying to like fold these over and it's not working. So I cut all of these wrong. I went back to the store. I was able to find more of the yellow check, but not the green. I don't know how much green I have left to do this with. I do have some scraps, but we might have to sacrifice something with the green lining. I really don't know. And it's just really hard to do with the SF101 in here. Like, it's just really hard to do. So I wish I had not SF101'd this part of it, but it's just kind of hard to try and not SF101 like 1 inch of it. So I'm going to have to go back and cut that, see if we have enough fabric left for that. Well, I'm definitely not going to have enough fabric. I did just rip the SF101 off of this piece, which is nice. So we will see how many we can get out of here. It's these silly mistakes that really get me, you know? I need like 11 of these. The other pieces are only 8.5 inches long and not 9, but we're gonna have to use them. Okay, it is after lunch. We're just now getting to sewing. The good news about doing all of these is that it's the same color thread. So I'm gonna use my little thread bunny to start just because we don't want any rat's nests under here. And then I can pretty much just continuously sew them so I don't have any tails, which is really nice. So I'm just going to back stitch on this end because we've turned it under. This is going to be the tail, so I want to back stitch on this part. Hey friends, so thanks for joining me this week. We have a shelf design. I'm not sure if I'm keeping it this way or not. Oh, and I wanted to show you the other thing I purchased. This has been on my wish list for a couple of years, and since I had to reorder the autumn blanket yarn anyway, they have this on their website, so I got this. So this is the Piggies Stone Washed and River Washed Color Pack. They're 10-gram minis. There's 26 meters, so they're pretty small minis, but I want to do some sort of project with this, probably a shawl. Not sure when that's going to happen because I've got the 4 blankets on the go, so this will be a project for a later date, but I thought maybe it would be nice display material. We have finished a total of 6 piggies, not as many as I would like, but we did get all the fabric cut out for all the other future projects, the pencil pouches, the coin purses, and the sachets. So we did a lot of cutting, which is nice. So we've got our 3 designs here. I love this fabric. This is easily my favorite of the ones I bought. We've got this one and this one. I had to cut the fabric going the other direction. I just couldn't get as many out of it the other way, the correct way, so the flowers are sideways. And I don't think I said it earlier, so if you're new here, these are the Piggy coin purses from Justina Handmade. I'll put a link down below for you if you're interested in downloading it from Etsy. It's only a couple of dollars and they're super cute. I have made it larger. So this is the original size. It's a little small for me, and it doesn't really fit like a gift card, which is one of the selling points that I have for the Piggies when I sell them. So I bumped it up to 110%. I'm able to print it, but the snout on the pattern piece kind of goes off the page, so I just have that be the end of the pattern piece. But other than that, I think it works out really nicely. The snout could probably be longer. Anyway, I really like it at this size. It can fit a gift card, coins, buttons, whatever anybody wants to put in it. So that's nice. So we've got 6 done. I think I have 18 or 16 total. So we will work on those on the weeknights, but we have to move on to the next project. So next week we are going to be making my mom an art tote, which is fun. So it's going to be a big giant bag. We don't have a pattern. We are going to take a Trader Joe's bag, and with our skills of bag construction that we've learned over the past 5 years, we're going to wing it, and we are going to make a bag that kind of goes off of those measurements. So I hope you join me for that next week, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Don't forget to pop it in the comments below. What's your word of the year? Do you have a word of the year, something you want to work on? Let us collectively help each other manifest that and be account buddies for each other this year. And we can do great things together. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate you spending time with me under the lemon tree. And I hope to see you back here next week. Love you, friends. Bye.